Excel already. Manny took a total of 32 quizzes over the course of 8 weeks. How many weeks of school will Manny have to attend this quarter before he will have taken 36 quizzes? Okay. Now, these numbers might be easy numbers to do in your head, but this process that I'm going to show you will work for any numbers, even if they're really difficult, weird, crazy decimals and stuff. Okay. So a real world proportion has two things that are related at one point, and then the same two things at another point, and you're trying to figure out one of them. Okay. So in this case, it's quizzes and the number of weeks. Right. So when you have those two things kind of figured out, you can write and set up your proportion. I'm going to do quizzes over weeks on one side and quizzes over weeks on the other side with an equal sign in between. Okay, so now the question is, what goes into these two ratios in this proportion? Well, 32 quizzes took 8 weeks. So I'll put that on this side, 32 quizzes over 8 weeks. How many weeks? Okay, I don't know how many weeks then, right? Will he attend before he has taken 36 quizzes? So I don't know how many weeks it is. I'll use a letter to represent that, a variable. And 36 quizzes takes how many weeks? Right? Now, these could both be upside down, right? It could be weeks over quizzes equals weeks over quizzes. You could do it that way. Okay, it doesn't matter. You'll get the same answer. These could be switched. Which one's on the left, which one's on the right? That doesn't matter either. As long as you have quizzes, the same thing on the top and the bottom on each side. Okay, so now to solve this proportion, I'm going to cross multiply, even though some of you could probably do it in your head because 32 and 36 are easy equivalent fraction numbers. But we'll do it by cross multiplying because that works for everything, even the hardest numbers. Okay, so I'm going to multiply 32 and W and 8 and 36. That gives me these two cross products. 32 times W equals 8 times 36. Again, I don't use multiplication symbols anymore. Neither should you, right? You should use parentheses, you can use a dot. And if it's a number and a letter, you always do number first, then letter with nothing in between them. Handy dandy calculator here, because I don't know what 8 times 36 is off the top of my head. It's 288. So 32 times W equals 288. That's the cross product, the result of these cross multiplications. If 32 weeks is 288, then what is 1 week? Well, to get that, I have to divide this by 32. This is just showing you how to get rid of that, and then we'll talk about more about that when we do equations later on. But W, then, the number of weeks is going to be 288 divided by 32. And that answer is 9. So the answer is 36 quizzes. It will take Manny 9 weeks. Okay, or if you had to write your answer out, because it's a real world problem, you always have a word. If it's a word problem, you have a word in your answer. So 9 weeks. Every single proportion problem is just like this. You set up the proportion, something's over something equals something's over something. You cross multiply, you divide, you write your answer.